The challenges facing the internationally mobile are being redefined. Long-term prosperity now demands financial performance, but also clarity, trust, and the ability to plan for and navigate complex lives across multiple borders. We're here at the annual gathering in Davos to collect insights and ideas from CEOs from around the world. And today I'm joined remotely by Camilla Stowell, CEO of Wealth at Rathbones Group, one of the UK's leading wealth and asset managers, to explore how the firm helps people invest their money well so they can live well, wherever they are and wherever they want to be. Camilla, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's really great to have this opportunity, and given that our client base is global in outlook and their activities often span more than one country, it's really important. We felt it was really important for us to be involved in this, so we thank you for the opportunity.
In uncertain times, what are you seeing from your clients, and how does Rathbones help them stay focused on long-term outcomes rather than short-term noise?
Our clients have worked hard to create their wealth, and therefore they want to continue to create wealth but also sustain it, which means they're often looking for points of certainty or points that they can rely on. So whether they can rely on a rule of law or can they rely on tax philosophy, the balance of socio-economic environments, whether they can rely on a source of talent for their businesses or business opportunities, and lifestyle as well. So for us, it's about helping them think long term, build solid plans that have optionality and an element of flexibility, but to be patient and not to overreact to short-term issues or to what might feel acutely painful at the time. But actually, if you think through and look through the noise, you can see that the best laid plans actually continue to be valid and continue to deliver on the objectives more broadly that the clients are seeking to achieve.
For those less familiar with the firm, who is Rathbones today, and how has its long heritage shaped its modern approach to wealth management?
Well, to know the Rathbones today, it's important to know where we came from. So we were founded in 1742 as a timber merchant in Liverpool, and in 1912 actually focused on becoming a pure wealth manager, so investment manager and wealth manager for the family itself, and then clearly other families in addition to that. Now today, the company is a FTSE 250 company. It's one of the largest UK discretionary fund managers and wealth manager. And really our success and our growth is predicated on the quality of decisions that we make with and for and on behalf of our clients and our shareholders. That means we have to be alert and stay global in outlook. Whilst we're anchored in the UK, we have a very global outlook because that's where we've come from, and that's what our clients are interested in as well today, given the nature of how they live their lives and run their businesses and want their wealth managed. So for us, it's about strategic partnerships. So as we've grown the business, we've also brought other businesses into the Rathbones family. So for example, the latest merger with Investec Wealth in the UK has doubled the size of the organisation, which has also given us more choices.
With wealth becoming increasingly mobile, how is that affecting your clients and the work you do with them? And what are you seeing and hearing from your clients?
Wealth is mobile, and actually it's pretty much predicated on the way that families grow up. I mean, typically what we see is invariably as families get larger and wealth becomes spread across the wider nexus of a family, often you'll have children that will want to go to college or university outside of the UK. They might be taking jobs, for example. Equally, later in life, we see our clients making lifestyle choices and potentially retiring to different jurisdictions. So for us, it's getting to make sure that we're always in contact and regular engagement with clients so we can understand their life plans as much as their financial plans. It's making sure that we understand cross-border requirements, working with the right partners out there in the marketplace, so the expertise of the international tax lawyers and accountants and the international financial advisors. And I think this is where you really need to be disciplined because you need to understand the regulatory requirements, the reporting requirements, the crossover of the tax requirements and the licensing and capabilities that you're able to provide cross-border, as it's incredibly complex. So whilst clients like their lives to be simple and to be manageable and to be able to do what they like to do, there's a lot of work that is required behind the scenes.
Looking ahead, what are the biggest complexities and challenges in managing wealth for multiple generations across different jurisdictions?
The challenges are that most generations have slightly different objectives and different priorities. And really, the one thing that we ask our clients to do is to do proper prior planning. Try and plan before you make the move, or plan before you take action, because unwinding situations is very difficult. Once you have landed in a different jurisdiction, you suddenly become subject to different sets of rules and regulations, and you become subject to various cross-border rules and regulations and tax treaties and tax agreements. So it's really important to think through and work with external advisors and subject matter experts to think about what are all the consequences of something that you might want to do for lifestyle reasons, career reasons, business reasons, health reasons, for example. Because actually unpicking something after the event tends to be typically quite costly and hard to do and quite stressful. So it's much better to spend time up front doing the planning before executing.
Capital today is increasingly expected to deliver on clients' life ambitions for the long term. How does Rathbones approach its investment processes and stewardship? And what do you see as the key priorities for wealth managers over the next decade?
Well, first and foremost, it's really important that our clients plan properly. So how you hold your wealth is just as important as how you invest your wealth. So once we've worked with your external advisors, we will then think about the different structures that are in place and the purposes and objectives of each of those structures. Then we'll think about the relevant investment strategies. But for us, it's relatively straightforward. You need to be long-term in your thinking. We look for quality assets, and we look for an appropriate diversification between taking market risk, so beta risk, using passives, and then alpha risk using high conviction ideas. We use our stewardship to also ensure that we're investing in well-run businesses that have longevity, because the power of compounded good returns is incredibly important and actually can then sustain the objectives of those structures and sustain the lifestyle that clients require. For us as well, it's making sure that you match your currency and with your capital, so that you think about your spending and you think about how you're utilizing your wealth in the years to come. Mainly though, we have one purpose, and that's to help our clients invest well so that they can live well.
Camilla, thanks very much indeed for joining us. With a long heritage on its side, Rathbones is looking to support its clients through times of change, helping them make good decisions that stand the test of time in a world where clarity and confidence matter as much as capital itself. That approach remains as relevant as ever.